What's going on, guys? It's Anything TCG, and today, honestly, I have a bit of a rant for you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's on the minds of just about everyone in the Pokemon TCG community right now, and that is Whatnot. And believe me, I know everyone adores Whatnot, and I cannot say that with any more sarcasm than I have already. I honestly think there's no one better to describe the types of people on Whatnot other than Obi-Wan Kenobi himself.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
But I'm not even here to just talk about the scams, which we've all seen before. So many other YouTubers and influencers have covered all of these scams, all of these people in the community that constantly scam Pokemon TCG collectors, and it's horrible. We've got the guy that I think everyone has seen at this point, where he sold a pack of Prismatic, but nothing in the pack was even from Prismatic.
I hate ripping these bitches. I don't know the number for these. Cause I'm fucking awkwardly hunched over. I don't have a stand for my phone. Rufflet, Pidgey, Polistan, Leafy, Fuko, Forthorn, Fighting Owlet. Oh, I see something shiny. You got a reverse right here. And then Togekiss.
These people will scam, get reported, get kicked off the platform, and then join the platform again the next day just to scam more people. And the thing is, you can ask many people who have been on Whatnot for as long as I have, maybe even longer, definitely even longer. And they actually used to have a vetting process, which they just completely ditched, probably just to line their own pockets. And it was quite thorough too. They used to have you, answer questions about the type of stuff you were selling on their platform. They even made you take video classes and answer questions like that. They would do video interviews, like an actual vetting process that you would have to go through in order to sell on the platform. Nowadays, you can receive an invite from someone to sell on the platform, and they actually get $100 just for inviting you to the platform to sell without any sort of vetting process. It's almost as bad, if not as bad, if not worse than eBay, which honestly isn't even that bad. Now, I would understand if their whole onboarding without a vetting process was just a temporary thing to, increase their seller base, increase the amount of users on the platform in any given category, because you can sell a lot more things on Whatnot than just Pokemon, obviously. But the problem is that they've kept it going for about a year now, maybe more, and Pokemon has just become so saturated on that platform. Everyone and their mother, their grandmother, their grandfather, literally everyone is selling Pokemon on that platform, and it's not a good look. While scams are obviously the number one thing that everyone is talking about when it comes to Whatnot, this oversaturation in the TCG community has led to a whole host of problems. And one of the major problems, aside from scams, that I've been seeing a lot is people that are joining the platform that have no idea what they are talking about. You have people calling cards that are clearly damaged light play, moderately played. It rivals the likes of Facebook Marketplace. And if you've been to Facebook Marketplace, you know that people have no idea what they're talking about and they have no idea what they're selling. And then when you DM them and say, hey man, this card is damaged, they'll be like, no, I know what I have. And that is Whatnot now. That is what Whatnot has become. But when I say people don't know what they're talking about, that's not the only thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about very basic stuff as well. Like not knowing the names of the Pokemon cards that you're selling because they're in Japanese. Now, I can totally understand misremembering a name or two. Not everyone is gonna remember Musharna. But I'm dead serious when I say people look at cards like this and they'll stare at it for like 3 seconds and go, Gal Ventula X. Running. And maybe I'm licking the metaphorical boots of a billion-dollar company just a little bit, but dude, if you're gonna sell something, maybe know a thing or two about what you are selling. The blatant disrespect for the franchise from people coming into the community, like pokey investors and all these sneaker bros that are coming in just for the money, is absolutely astonishing to me. But oh no, it's not just the sellers. It is also the buyers on the platform too. And I'm sure you've never heard anyone say that before. As someone who's been on the platform for 2 years, I see the greed, the grime, and the filth of buyers on this platform. Now, it goes without saying, just like every seller, there are plenty of lovely buyers that I love. When they come into my stream, they have a positive attitude and, you know, they're just there to talk to me, have a good time, and that I really, really appreciate. But then there's just these people that come in here not knowing what they're talking about, just looking for deals, looking for ways to buy up my collection and then resell it some other time for their own benefit. And it is annoying. I have people that come into my streams, they ask for a bunch of cards, maybe like a stack of like 10 cards or so. They'll look at the prices because the prices are all laid out on all of the cards. I'll set up a little stack for them and I'll say, okay, you know, here's the price for these cards. Now I'm gonna run them for you. And then they'll say, well, you know, can I actually get it at, you know, 70, 60% market price? No, you can't. There's a reason that the stickers are on the cards. It's because that is what my price is for the cards. It's not only annoying, but it's tiresome. Do you ever walk into a Walmart, fill your cart with items, go to the checkout, and then when you scan all your items and you see that subtotal right on the screen, do you ever just say, no, I think I'm good, that's too expensive, and then you put all your items back? No, you don't do that. Another problem I constantly see with the platform is Whatnot never gives love to the smaller streamers like me. And the problem with that is that there are a ton of smaller streamers who are great people and they've been on the platform for a very long time, but they still just get no recognition because they're overshadowed by all of the top streamers. And all those top streamers have the most viewers, so they get sent to the top of the homepage. Now, I won't say that all of the big streamers are bad. I'm not gonna say that, because some of them are genuinely cool people who know what they're talking about and they're fun to hang around. But in comes another issue, because the problem is when you have a stream with over 100 people where everyone is trying to buy the same thing, it becomes almost like a dick measuring competition of who can spend the most money on things that shouldn't cost that amount of money. I constantly see people paying 5 to 10 times market price just because the streamer said, oh, we're way under right now, we're way under. And the thing is not even the streamer knows what they're talking about, but the viewer also really doesn't have a good idea of what they're buying, so they just listen to whatever the streamer is saying. So they end up overpaying for just about everything, which isn't fair to them because they're getting indirectly scammed. It's not fair to me or to you because we're just trying to pick up decent looking cards for market price when, I mean, to be fair, like we could go to TCG Player, but you can't even see the cards. So Whatnot kind of fills that niche where it's like you can't go to a card shop because maybe it's too far or they just don't have good business practices, and buying on TCG Player where, you know, you can't really get a good picture of the card. And Whatnot just fills that spot right in the middle perfectly where you get to see the card, but, you know, there's issues with it. Now, I'm not trying to be a complete and utter shill, like you should go watch me right now, but you should if you are on Whatnot, you should definitely give some of the smaller streamers some love because they are, some of them at least, if they're not scamming you, are working really, really hard to get, you know, good looking cards out to people for the right prices, and, you know, they're just genuinely being good people. And I promise you, those people are out there and you can find them. Like, it isn't that difficult to avoid getting scammed on that platform. Scams are a problem, like I've said before, but there are genuinely so many people who are willing to help you out and willing to help you complete your collections. Now, there are some other platforms that I will mention, like DripShop, which is a good marketplace in theory, but the issue is that they just don't have the advertising and they don't have the pull that Whatnot does, and not to mention their UI is not great. Needless to say, Whatnot is a great idea, but it needs to be executed more thoroughly. And by that, I mean there needs to be a harsher vetting process, and that vetting process needs to stay. Like, they can't just throw it out halfway through when they start making a bunch of money and saying, hey, well, you know, we get a cut from every single sale a seller makes. So, you know, if we have 500,000 sellers, then we'll just make a ton of money. So let's just get rid of that vetting process. Like, you can't do that, because then it falls on all of the customers who are getting scammed constantly by these people that you don't vet. And that's a horrible look for your platform. Like, that goes without saying. That's about all I've got for now. If you guys have any opinions, if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, don't be afraid to just drop it in the comments. I will read all the comments, and honestly, you know, something needs to be done about this, because it's getting to the point where I am just tired, I'm fatigued, and I almost don't want to stream on Whatnot anymore. See you guys.